Good morning, welcome to the shed. So getting back to doing some lead production today. So you may remember the original lead goddess, one of these things. So I'm going to try and improve the mould on that. So this is the original mould, but I'm going to put a new back on it and make it thinner hopefully, so that I can get the weight down because it's very heavy, and that will mean that I can sell it for a decent price. At the moment I'm selling them for 95 quid and obviously nobody's buying them at that, so I need to get it to around about 40-50 quid, then I think I might sell a few. So that's the plan today. 2 videos, just split it into 2 to make it more palatable. So one today, one same time tomorrow. Okay, enjoy the video, I'll see you at the end. So this is the mould for my lead goddess from the original project. I've made this small frame from a bit of 1/4" ply with some little inserts to give it a bit of strength. So this is going to fit in here, and this is going to become my mould edge, so that will flatten out the edge hopefully, and I am going to use a bit of cling film underneath that to stop the clay, which I'm going to be using, from sticking to the mould. So I'm basically sticking that in there, this on top, so this will become the back of the actual, so rather than have all of this lead thickness here, it's basically going to be a bit of a 1/4" rim, and it's also going to be straight across this angle here. That's just to make it lighter, more practical, because at the moment it's kind of for sticking onto a barrel rather than onto a wall. So that's the idea of that. Hopefully I can probably get, I don't know, I reckon I can halve the weight of that and therefore halve the lead used, which is the idea. Okay, so I'm just going to get some, so once I've put my clay in there and made the mould how I want it, I'll then fix the sides back to the mould and re-pour over the top. That is the idea. So I'm getting pieces of clay, modelling clay, hopefully about a 1/4" thick, that's the idea, and just working that into the mould itself. Actually I don't have to work it in too much, as long as the thickness is even, that will be good. But the more I work it in, the more lead I'll save. And that's obviously a good thing. It's quite hard to keep that into position. So I shall work on that. I'm going to go on to time lapse now, and you can watch that in progress. Okay, so that's the mould prepped. I've used hopefully about a 1/4" of clay in there. I'm not going to bother waiting for it to dry. I'm just going to spray it with the, or brush it with the mould release, and just throw away the clay afterwards. Well, it's fine. Right. Okay, so next step is to put my mould surround back on and pour the top. So you might remember this mould surround from before. Needs a bit of a tidy up. Actually, it needs a lot of tidy up. Oh dear. My shed needs a tidy again. I seem like I'm constantly tidying my shed. Okay, so that's the mould surround. Use a few clamps to keep that tight. But not too many. So I'm going to brush around here with the, just adjust that so you can see that a bit better. I'll brush around here with the mould release, mix up some mixture. I'm going to pour a thin layer in there of the pure mixture and then use a filler for the main bit. So I've got all of these scraps that I can use up, and I'll just cut them up and pop them in the middle when I do the middle pour. So the first job is to brush that, then we can make up a mixture. So I've got 250 of a pure mixture here. I'm using my drill now because if you remember on my previous video I broke my food mixer, wasn't man enough, but the drill is. So this is a pure mixture. It's going to go on the detail parts or the edges so that I know I don't get any messing about. Oh, steady. And then I'll do a mixed mixture using the parts and the extra and the glass beads that I use as a filler. Okay, that bit can go in there. So I'm going to pour this slowly around the edges, hopefully. It's not easy to pour because it is basically a bit like chewing gum.